In this session, we will focus on interventions for bullies and victims. Remember that mediation of bullying is improper and inappropriate. Allowing bullies and victims to mediate a bullying issue before employing the following strategies may in fact make the problem worse. Research reveals several risk factors that tend to be present in bullies and victims. Keep in mind that these risk factors are only indicators. These risk factors arose from the research of Pepler and Craig conducted over a 10-year period. That research included interviews with bullies, victims, and their families. Bullies tend to have the following risk factors: difficult temperament, attention problems, and hyperactivity. Victims tended to be anxious, socially withdrawn, and possess an exceptionality that made them different from the majority of their immediate peers. Risk factors for families of bullies included aggression within the home, ineffective parenting, and family stressors such as poverty, unexpected changes, and emotional distress. Families of victims tended to have parents that are overprotective, and also family stressors similar to the families of bullies. There are many strategies to employ with bullies. The strategies for bullies are proven formative consequences. They may be employed together and as needed in any given situation. Withdrawing privileges, making formative amends such as work in the cafeteria, taking part in activities that promote perspective-taking skills and empathy, reflecting on strengths and weaknesses, role-playing the victim of the same behaviors with a responsible adult, and helping the child to identify the link between power and kindness. It is important to help children to view pro-social behavior as worthwhile, valid, and consistent. And leading a class discussion on harmful effects of bullying is also helpful. There are many strategies to use with victims of bullying. In supporting victims of bullying, it is important to reassure victims of the right to feel safe at school. Assure the victim that you view the bullying as serious and that her concerns are justified. Counsel to cope with effects of bullying. If necessary, seek the support of a school counselor or eye care specialist. Help the victim to generate a list of possible responses to use if similar attacks occur. Ensure the victim understands the need to confide in an adult for similar attacks, and empower the victim to speak out against his or her own victimization and that of others. In addition, it is important to develop strategies to strengthen and protect victims and to build on the victim's strengths to develop confidence. Ensure that there are others to support and enhance social status. This can be accomplished by connecting the victim with pro-social peers from his or her own age group and helping the victim to buddy up with an older student who may act as a confidant, someone to keep an eye on the victim and start to rebuild the victim's social status. Ultimately, the way to combat a school-wide bullying issue is to shift the network support from bullies to victims. This is accomplished in part by providing a school culture that encourages the victim to report the problem and provide anonymous mechanisms for bystanders to report bullying problems to responsible adults. This concludes Session 4. Please click on the link following this video to complete the Session 4 review questions.